Speaking English fluently and answering interview questions confidently are two very separate things. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm your coach Annie and I'm here to help you with your spoken English, your vocabulary and your communication skills. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 simple tips that you can follow to answer any interview question confidently. We have a very common belief that I am not going to ace my interview or I am not going to speak confidently because my English is poor or I am not good at English. But that is not true. Let me tell you, you can answer any question in English fluently with your limited skills, with limited vocabulary as well. The important thing to remember here is that you are not going to be judged only based on your English skills in an interview. There are other factors such as how you respond, your body language, your technical skills that come into play here. Once you understand this, you'll no longer be paying too much attention to your language skills. So, let's begin. Tip number 1, greeting matters. So probably the first thing you're going to say in an interview is a response to the greeting by your interviewer. Something like this. Thank you for coming in today. How are you? And by default, we go, I'm fine, thank you. Put some effort in your greeting. Create that good first impression to stand out from the other candidates. You can do this by not sticking to the default answer and actually be honest about however you are feeling. Try saying something like this. I'm glad to be here, but I won't lie, I'm feeling a bit nervous. Or, thank you for inviting me. To be honest, I am actually very excited to meet you. This way, you immediately catch the attention of the interviewer and it will help you stand out from the other candidates. Tip number 2, prepare for the commonly asked questions. There are so many questions that are frequently asked in interviews, no matter what position you are applying for. For example, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Or what are your biggest strengths? Or why did you leave your previous job? And so on. The key here is to be prepared for such questions. What you're going to do is, you're going to search up commonly asked questions and then try to answer them as you would do in an interview. This is such a great way to practice and you are going to learn so many things about yourself, you'll be surprised. Things to remember when answering such questions is that we are going to avoid the generic terms as well as the overused terms. For example, I think I have good time management skills. Don't use such generic terms. Instead, maybe explain why do you think you have good time management skills. For example, I think I am an organized person. I schedule all my tasks so that I don't forget them, and also it helps me to complete each task at the required time. Or instead of saying I have good leadership skills, you can say I work well with groups, I am able to distribute work among the people and even oversee that it is executed properly. So you get it? Don't use generic terms. Tip number 3, prepare a good self-introduction. I cannot stress how important this is. Introduce yourself properly. The way you introduce yourself is the way how you see yourself. It is the way how you want others to see you. Self-introduction is easily the most important question that gives you a chance to really influence your interviewer because you are in complete control of whatever you're going to say. My tip here is to structure your answer and keep a balance between your personal and your professional details. Do not overshare, but you also don't want to sound robotic and boring. I've already prepared a video on how to introduce yourselves in interviews, so you can check that out somewhere here and it will really help you to structure your answer, so give that a try. Also, if you're liking this video, please hit the like button, it really helps me a lot. Tip number 4, take pauses. Being confident does not mean speaking non-stop without pauses or without making a mistake. Also, speaking fluently does not mean speaking fast. Keep pauses between your words and your sentences. All good speakers use pauses in their sentences. So take your time. When you take pauses, there are 3 things that are going to happen. Firstly, you're going to get rid of all your ums and ahs, all of your filler words. Secondly, you're going to give time to the other person to think about what you've said. And most importantly, you give time to yourself to think about what you're going to say next. Most people go blank during speaking because they don't take pauses. So take your time. Take your time before responding. If you need more time, if you're asked a question and you need more time, you can say something like, let me think about it. It's okay. Just relax and take your time. And the last tip number 5, use simple words. A lot of people, in order to appear smart and intelligent, they use big words unnecessarily, and it actually does the opposite. It does not make you sound smart, it makes you sound almost desperate. Use simple words, simple English. Remember, in an interview, your goal is not to show off your English skills, but it is to get hired, right? And you're going to do exactly that. Just focus on communicating rather than your English. And my bonus tip for y'all is to smile. It makes such a difference. The interviewer will automatically get, charmed and attracted to you if you have a nice and a warm smile. So those were my 5 tips to speak fluently in an interview. So even if you are not that good at English, you can still ace your interview following these 5 steps. Just focus on communicating rather than focusing on your English. I hope this video helped you. If you liked this video, if you found it useful, please like, share it with somebody, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.